talk, man.
What are you watching? Oh, you're watching.
Yeah, I'm watching this film. Do you know what happens after this?
I do.
Really?
Oh, you're watching the old one. Oh.
Yeah, because, like, you're kind of... I thought you were dead.
No, look. Swim away.
Matt Damon swam away from that scene and the entire blockbuster Bourne franchise. The world's nicest actor said goodbye to its most brutally efficient action hero. But action's never too far away from Matt Damon.
Why is he doing the punching?
I don't know.
Do you think you can punch as good as him?
Yeah.
You do so many action scenes. Are you actually a good fighter, or you say it's more like a dance?
It is a lot more like a dance because you know, in a real fight, you don't know what's going to happen, and if you tried to do that, it would be just disastrous. You know, because it's got to be specifically choreographed. That's kind of the profile. Camera's got to be in exactly the right place.
How quickly could you take me down?
Oh no, you know, I'm a terrible fighter.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm a movie fighter. I fight fake karate. I'm like a black belt in fake karate.
That was good. Yeah, good workout.
Can you show me just a little bit, like, how it works?
Yeah, all right. So, well, if we were playing to his camera,
okay.
So if you turn towards me, you need the hand to cross the face, and you can't see space. So this will be good, because from his camera and his camera, you're gonna have two different punches. If I were to throw a left hook, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so and if you just turn your head, bam, like that, that'll sell for that camera, but it'll look terrible for that camera, because you'll see the space, right? I don't have to get that close to you. I can be a good foot or 18 inches away, so you're never in any danger, and it'll sell from that camera.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
At 45, Matt Damon is taking back the role of the unbreakable Jason Bourne for his fourth explosive outing.
He's seen things. He knows things. What if he's not coming for us? What if it's something else?
You started playing Bourne when you were, what, 29, turning 30?
Yeah.
How much harder is it to get into shape? To make all the
It's a
blokes
lot
at
harder.
home feel better? How much work do you have to put into it?
It's a lot harder. 45, I mean, everything is harder. I mean, I remember, you know, at 29, I thought, you know, I boxed for 6 months. I was lifting weights. I was running. I mean, I was really working out. A lot of it's the diet. That's the worst part, too. It's just like, I love going out and eating. I love going out and drinking good wine and eating good food with my wife. Like, it's one of my favorite things to do. So that part was my sacrifice. But that's not a lot to sacrifice, ultimately, to make a movie that you really want to make.
Damon's first mission as Jason Bourne in 2002 was a box office hit and set the scene for the high-octane thrillers to follow.
It's about to really kick off now.
With director Paul Greengrass,
How far did you let the camera get ahead of you before you started?
Matt made another 2 hugely successful Bourne films and then, to the surprise of fans, walked away.
You did say you weren't going to do another Bourne film. What brought you back?
Well, I said I wouldn't do it without Paul. And so it was always something that, you know, he and I would talk about. We were always looking for stuff to do together. And I think after a while, we kind of felt like we're kind of dicks if we don't do another one, you know? So we knew we wanted to, but then it was a question of, well, what would the movie be and what's the story? And so it took a few more years to figure it out.
Why would it come back now?
There's a demonstration in front of the Greek Parliament building. I think she'll use it as cover.
They tracked you. We gotta move.
Can you tell me 5 ways Matt Damon's not like Jason Bourne?
I can give you more than 5. We can start with all the languages that he speaks that I wish I spoke. I hope there's an app for that someday that they can just download that. Let's see. I mean, well, the way he fights. I mean, I certainly can't fight like that. he's a lot more tortured than I am. You know, I think I've got a great wife. He definitely doesn't. And I've got kids.
Matt is raising 4 daughters, Alexia, Isabella, Gia and Stella. He's been married to Argentinian-born Luciana Barroso for 11 years.
5 women in the house.
It's a lot of estrogen. I gotta, you know, occasionally need to leave to take my walk around, you know, the park by myself. But it's really wonderful.
What is it like to go from a set being like the $100 million super soldier to go home and, you know, help with the homework, put the trash out?
Yeah, my dad called me years ago laughing with my brother, and I knew something was up because the two of them conference called me, and I was like, all right, what's going on? And my dad goes, he goes, Matthew, your brother and I just realized something. You remember the show we used to watch as kids, The Honeymooners?
Jackie Gleason, The Honeymooners.
And I said, yeah, of course. And he said, well, you know, in that show, Jackie Gleason drove a bus. The world just kind of crapped on him, but when he came home, he was the king of his castle. And I go, yeah, right.
This is my home, and when you come in here, treat me with respect and address me with a civil tongue.
Oh, why don't you shut up?
And I go, yeah, right, great. And he goes, we realized. And I go, what? He goes, you're the exact opposite. He goes, everybody thinks you're a big deal. And then he goes, you know, then you get home and you don't run shit. Those girls run you. And I went, yeah, that's true.
There were no sisters, just one brother in Matt's childhood home. He grew up in Boston, his mum a professor, his dad a stockbroker. At 10, he found his best friend. Ben Affleck grew up 2 streets away. Both shared the dream of one day having a career in movies.
It's moving.
No, it's not.
What the hell is going on here? What
Hey,
is
hey,
this?
why are you touching me?
What? I'm not touching you.
That dream came true. In 1997, the Virtual Unknowns wrote Good Will Hunting and somehow convinced studios to let them star in it as well.
Let's let the healing begin. Would you excuse us?
Can you describe the very first day of shooting? You and Ben waited so long for that moment. You finally saw Robin Williams and Stellan Skarsgård acting out your words. At the end of the scene, he put his hands on his heads and said, you really did this. Can you describe that moment?
Yeah, I remember realizing that tears were coming down my face. It was such a long process, or at least what felt to us like a long process because we were so young. I started writing it, you know, I was 22 and Ben was 20. So we were, you know, we didn't feel young, but we were young. And by the time we were shooting it, I was 26 and he was 24. So to go to that on that first day, neither of us were working, and we went to watch these 2 great actors, these heavyweights, these people that we really admired.
I've got a full schedule. I'm very busy.
This boy is incredible. I've never seen anything like him.
What makes him so incredible, Jerry?
Saying the things that we'd written, and it just was, it was incredible. That was one of them. I mean, more than winning the Academy Award or anything, that moment was a bigger deal.
And the Oscar goes to Ben Affleck and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are childhood friends. They appeared together in Chasing Amy and Good Will Hunting, for which Damon received a Best Actor nomination. This is their first Academy Award.
Al Pacino said the secret to success
But what does he know?
Yeah, exactly. Well, I was going to say, he said the secret to success is learning his lines or learning your lines. What do you reckon the secret to success is?
I never heard that. That's great. That is definitely one of the secrets to success. Yeah, having something to say and knowing what it is, yeah.
James Francis Ryan of Iowa?
Yes, sir. Peyton, Iowa. That's correct. But what is this about?
Your brothers were killed in combat.
In a career that spanned almost 3 decades, Matt has built a diverse body of work.
Which ones?
All of them.
Alongside some of Hollywood's biggest
Frank.
stars.
Frank. Do they know about me?
I know about you, Collie.
But last year, in the stratospheric hit The Martian, he spent most of his time all alone.
Now, this is a pretty frivolous question going into a pretty serious subject, but which would you prefer? To live in the US under a Donald Trump presidency or battle it out as the only human on Mars?
Let me just say, please save some property in Australia. Because, just for my family, we're good people. We'll contribute. Yeah, no, the prospect of a Trump presidency is, it still feels like, it just still feels surreal.
I don't know what I said. I don't remember. I'm really rich. I'll show you that next time.
The third group, I'll be a little more violent. And the fourth group, I'll say, get the hell out of here.
You've called him xenophobic, disgusting, and dehumanizing.
Yeah. Yeah, look, I mean, he wants to build a wall around, it's like, my wife's family, it's like you want to keep out my own family. Like, it's insane. It's totally insane and ridiculous and impractical to boot.
We're going to build a wall. It's going to be built. It's not even, believe it or not, it's not even a difficult thing to do.
It's one of the worst ideas I've ever heard on a number of levels, but it's one of his main kind of selling points.
President Obama's made the point that it's a very serious job.
Yeah, it's the most serious job. We need a serious person in that office. The idea that it's going to be this guy is just incredible.
When you see someone like Donald Trump have so much success in the political arena thus far, does that make you more or less likely to want to enter the mainstream political arena?
Oh, no, I would never. I'm not interested in politics. But I could run a good campaign. Look, if that clown can do it, I mean, I'm telling you, bad actors like Ronald Reagan can become president. You know what I mean? So there are a lot of us, I think, who could play a pretty convincing president. But that doesn't mean that we should. As our president has said, it is a very serious job.
The time has come for us to start using our acting talents in a different way.
Yes, we can use our powers to change the world.
It was Matt's strong political views that resulted in one of his most often quoted roles, one he didn't actually play.
Matt Damon.
I was kind of baffled when I saw the movie, and I loved that movie. And I'm glad that I was, pilloried in the movie. Also because, the actors who they kind of called out in that movie were all the ones who were vocal about their opposition to the Iraq War.
Helen Hunt, George Clooney, Liv Tyler, Martin Sheen, Susan Sarandon, Janine Garofalo, and Matt Damon.
Matt Damon.
And I stand by that, and I wear it as a badge of honor that they made fun of me. But I still sign autographs, like, the professional autograph people, they come with pictures from all these different movies. And I signed the puppet one more than any, and they asked me to write Matt Damon.
Matt Damon!
But Jason Bourne remains one of Matt's favourite characters, and one he's willing to bet on in an all-time Hollywood showdown.
If James Bond took on Jason Bourne, who would win?
Well, which one?
Let's say the current one.
Daniel?
Let's say
Daniel's,
Daniel.
He's a pretty fit guy. I think it looks tougher a lot of the times, but Bond is so slick that, I don't think we've ever seen him kind of pushed to the edge of his abilities. So that worries me a little bit. But Bourne is pretty resilient, so I don't know. I'd have a tough time betting against either of them.
So Bourne goes harder.
Well, we always tried to make our action kind of feel more real. Bond, and then Bond's, Daniel's Bond, I think, has moved away, much more in that direction. Back when it was Roger Moore, it was kind of like wink, wink, everything was easy.
Let's have another martini.
Yeah, exactly. It's like he was drunk the whole time, but,
As much as Matt loves making Bourne films, it's just one part of the reason He's one of the most celebrated, loved and respected stars in the world.
Hey there.
Is being a big international movie star as fun as it looks?
Well, I don't kind of go around thinking of myself that way. I've spent my entire adult life, and really my adolescence, focusing on being an actor and making movies.
I'm a botanist.
That's what I do.
You do it because you absolutely love it, and you're around 50 other people who love making movies, and it's a really, really cool job.